Try to guess me up, still I rise. Wanna see me fall, but I still touch skies. Had enough, call you bluff. Try to fill me up with the same old lies.
I'm mindful of it all, I got a mind full of it all. I'ma rise when I fall, and I'ma ride for my dogs. And people say they want the best for me. I'm only moved by integrity. A lot of pastors think they're really celebrities. Gotta rise from me, do the math and divide from me. And you can ride the waves, but don't trip when the tide's coming. Gas me up if you want, I'm on the road to riches. How you expecting to stunt when your soul is missing?
Try to guess me up, still I rise. Wanna see me fall, but I still touch skies. Had enough, call you bluff. Try to fill me up with the same old lies.
Just like helium.
Call you bluff. Try to fill me up with the same old lies.
Yeah, couldn't wait on you, that's why I ran with vision. Took the hate you gave and made it ammunition. Had no time to play, I can't afford to scrimmage. The Lord is with them, I'm sorta lifted, can't soar with pitches. Yeah, people come and go like the seasons. God, I got your heart from the treason. Don't let them fill you up with the fiction. I'm just hoping that you listen.
Try to guess me up, still I rise. Wanna see me fall, but I still touch skies. Had enough, call you bluff. Try to fill me up with the same old lies.
Just like helium.
What's up, guys? It's Flex Friday Live, a show where the creators of YouTube channels The Story Till Now, Dirt Garage, and KC250 talk about off-road adventuring with special guests. If you're watching live, you can join in too on the live discussion in the chat window. Brought to you in part by Epic Adventure Outfitters. And now, here's your hosts, Casey, Clint, and Sean.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. It's Flex Friday Live number 11. Thank you for joining us. As always, we are your hosts. I am Sean from The Story Till Now, and we have Casey from KC250.
Yeah.
And Clint from Dirt Garage.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going? How you guys doing?
Dude,
It's
great.
been a couple weeks. Last show we did the fundraiser for Clint's truck, which was a super big success.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, we should start by thanking our
guys.
super awesome audience for coming through for that. So, round of applause for the Flex Friday audience.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for the support.
Clint, how's the rebuild going?
Great. Really great. Yeah. So, I don't know if you followed my videos at all, or people in chat anyway. So, the truck is completely stripped down. I stripped down the engine bay, all of the interior, sanded it down, fixed up all the fire damage, and painted it. And yeah, now I'm pretty much on reassembly. I got another parts truck.
I saw
been slapping a bunch of stuff in it.
You have a very bright red carpet.
I do have a very bright red carpet, yeah. So that's actually the factory color carpet. It's just extremely faded over the years.
Wait, it came like that?
Yeah, it came like that in 89.
I thought that was custom.
89.
I guess 89, that makes sense. They'd have like a bright
Carpet's
red
like
carpet.
32 years old, man. It was faded. It was more pink when I ripped it out, but yeah, now it's vibrant.
It's so
red
bright.
carpet
It
red.
looks era appropriate.
Yeah.
I was definitely a little brighter in 89 too.
It almost looks like something it should be in like a van. One of those vans that has a mattress in the back.
Big huge cargo van.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see what we're talking about, I posted a photo on my Instagram somewhat recently, dirt_garage. It's bright.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. Casey, how are things going with you?
Good, man. We had an awesome weekend last week.
We did.
The first rooftop camping. So that was
Casey got a rooftop tent.
Game changer.
He borrowed a rooftop tent anyway.
Stole John's rooftop tent for the weekend.
Yeah.
But we should have some surprises coming to the channel here pretty soon. So keep an eye out.
How did you feel sleeping off the ground out of my blue tarp.
As good as the summer tent and blue tarp experience is, rooftop tent is a whole different world for sure, and definitely makes camping a lot easier. Big thing. With us, we're so busy and we're working and running around and stuff. If you don't get a good sleep at night, it's hard to do it again the next day. And these multi-day trips is really wearing. So getting good sleep and getting somewhere you can just go back and chill in your rooftop tent for a little bit before bed is really nice.
Yeah, I'd like to get into that game sometime this year too. It just looks so nice for the long trips, especially.
Well, and after your truck's all rebuilt and nice, what better to add as the next upgrade than a rooftop tent?
I want a super low one that's flush with the top of my box. So
yeah, for sure.
Just to keep the center of gravity. Just
let's get a half height rack, kind of like what I have, and then
just keep it low.
Somebody's asking in the chat what kind of tent you're getting, Casey.
Yeah, I was typing, but why am I typing?
Yeah, what are you typing in the chat for? We're live right now. You can just tell them.
Yes,
that's the whole point of the show.
So the one I borrowed is Chef John's tent. It's a Free Spirit Recreation Odyssey tent. So it's the side flip, hard shell, really low profile, and it's only about 7 inches in height, plus whatever mounting hardware you have underneath. So really didn't add a lot to the height of the Jeep, which was really cool, and I really like the look of it. And it sets up in 30 seconds. Paul set it up for me, which was really nice when we were out from Epic Adventure Outfitters. And he said he would do that for anybody that buys a rooftop tent from them. So there you go.
If you buy a rooftop tent from Epic, Paul will go with you on your first camping trip and help you set it up. You heard it here first.
I say that because I think I saw him in here.
I think he was.
But I set it up to air it out and dry it out when I got home, and it's awesome. How fast that thing sets up. It's pretty wicked. So
Paul says, "You bet I'll come with you and pop it open."
You got to feed him. Hey, I think I fed him, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah. Casey made the best stew. We were out there camping in the snow next to a frozen lake. And it took a while, but Casey showed up at the campfire with this big pot of stew, and it was so good. There's nothing you could possibly want more than a bowl of stew when you're sitting in the snow around a campfire.
It was super Canadian. We were sitting around a campfire in the snow.
We had our flappy trapper hats on.
Hats, eating stew, drinking scotch.
Yeah. If you guys want to see that, that's coming up in episode 100. That's going to be not this Monday, but the next Monday.
Somebody asked why I'm switching to 1UZ instead of 2UZ. I saw that little bit up. And reason being is it's really, they seem to be so much easier to find now that I was looking for another UZ.
Yeah.
Isn't it simpler to integrate?
It is simpler, yeah. So early 2UZs, like the one I had, was non-DVTI, so it didn't have the variable valve timing intelligence. So that was one of the easier ones to wire, but it was very hard to find another one of those. And later 1UZs did, but it's a lot easier to find them without DVTI. But yeah, I happened to find a 1UZ for the right deal, and they're willing to ship it to me. So a big part of it. And not only that, the 2UZ was 560 pounds with its cast iron block, where the 1UZ is aluminum block and is 390 pounds.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, it is significantly lighter.
And especially when you consider your truck is on the lighter end of the weight.
Yeah, you don't want to add unnecessary extra weight.
They make about the same horsepower. 2UZ makes a bit more torque, but it is a truck engine at the end of the day, where the 1UZ is used in 90s luxury sedans. So, and that extra torque doesn't make a difference really when you factor in the weight difference. So
yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day,
I'm glad you found one so quickly.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
That's wicked.
It was thanks to the Flex Friday audience here. There's no way I would have been able to turn around and buy one
awesome.
Immediately.
Speaking of the Flex Friday audience, we are spinning this show off into its own channel. Yeah. So there's a link in the pinned chat comment that I made. There's also a link in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the new channel so you don't miss out on the next episode, because this is going to be the last one on the Story Till Now channel. We're gonna get it on its own channel so we can focus on growing this show as its own thing. So that'll just be better for all of us.
Click the link. come visit us. We'll remind you.
Yeah.
Paul says because the one UZ won't catch on fire. And no, it
Oh,
won't.
come on.
I bought
Wow.
brand new injector seals for this
ban.
motor, so that's not even,
Cat ban.
Somebody was asking if I'm still happy with my iCamper tent, and
there's a
I
question
am.
there about-
It's a great tent. So I'm sorry I missed the name of the person who asked that, but yeah, I like my iCamper tent a lot.
Yeah, there's another question there on its comparison between the iCamper and the Free Spirit. I think as far as the Odyssey goes, totally different rooftop tents, right? Like if you've got a Gladiator, you can't put that Free Spirit Odyssey on your truck bed because it's going to hang off. I think it's
That's one of the
85
things
inches
that's
long.
the key reason why I wanted the iCamper Skycamp Mini is because it fits perfectly on my bed rack. On the basically the same size as the bed of the truck, whereas the Free Spirit tent, I would have to have a full height rack and it would kind of hang over the roof a little bit. So that's not the way I wanted to go. Who knows what'll happen down the road, but for now, that setup works great for me, and the longer Free Spirit tent works great for Casey.
Yeah, different uses. I think the Free Spirit sets up a little faster. I think it's
That sounds like a challenge.
Takedown is a little quicker.
We having a tent race.
I think yours looks awesome and it works really well for the Gladiator.
it does, yeah.
It would look weird on my Jeep, right? Like it would be much taller and only taking up the back
It's not that much taller.
feet.
I
So
don't think it's like
I think
maybe
it's over 12 inches. Yeah.
12
anyways.
inches taller.
No, 12 inches total.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know.
To me, the low profile seems to fit the Wrangler.
Yeah, I think
roof.
because you're higher up by default, because my tent can sit lower, having a little bit of a thicker tent is fine for me, but for you, definitely the thinner tent makes sense.
Low profile. So there you go. There's no perfect option.
You have any idea what you would do, Clint, for a rooftop tent? Any tents that you like?
Cheapest as possible, so probably a Smitty built.
I totally
Fair
thought
enough,
you were going to
fair
say
enough.
build your own.
No, that's too many moving parts. It's something that gets tossed around a lot, like wheeling. So I'd like it to be stronger.
Oh, we got a
There's
super
the
chat.
grinder and the welder.
We got a super chat from the Grumpy Gobbler. Sent $20 for one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Thank you so much, sir. That is very generous. A cheers to you.
Cheers to the Grumpy Gobbler.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And that
always
goes
appreciate
towards
that.
the
Drinking bubblies.
Six Runner Fund, right?
Yeah, that goes to all the super chats go towards the Six Runner build.
Six Runner,
Once
which
once
is-
Clint's done rebuilding his truck,
Change focus.
yeah, we're gonna put all super chats into the Six Runner fund for sure, because we all want to see that.
Yeah,
But we got to get Clint back on the road first, one thing at a time.
100%. I want to get
Yeah.
him wheeling.
Yep.
So many questions about rooftop tents, which wasn't even going to be the focus of today's conversation.
We can talk about rooftop tents. That's okay.
My Saturday video that's coming out. We have there's a little sneak preview of the rooftop tent there at the end. So we're putting the rack on, hanging out at Epic Adventures Outfitters for the day, and then we put the rooftop tent, and then actually going out and using it will be next week's video, right before your episode 100. So
Yeah, Casey and I are gonna go out camping again. We're gonna camp 2 times in 2 weeks.
yeah,
what we're
man,
doing?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
We got to take Chef
Like it.
John out for his inaugural off-roading run.
Yeah, so John got a
Forerunner?
A Forerunner. Yeah, I drove it yesterday. It actually sucks compared to a Jeep.
I think he's in the chat.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It was fine. I'm a Jeep guy.
I mean, it's
Sorry, that was harsh.
there he is.
It was fine. Thanks
so
for letting
Chef
me
John
drive
is-
your Forerunner, John.
John is Lou Barrow 9. just
Sorry,
so you know.
man. Sorry. Thanks for letting me drive your Forerunner.
Next time, take an Uber.
Yeah, next time I'll walk, right? Damn. All right.
That was rude.
You know, it'll be fine.
I just said it
but
for
when-
shock value. Come on. It was fine.
When John gets tired of us having to winch him out of everything constantly, you know,
Maybe you'll be surprised.
Oh.
or maybe Clint will solid
Does-
axle swap.
does he have
it
a
to
winch
stick
on
it
the-
to us.
Is there a wrench? Oh, Is there a winch on the runner? Not yet.
There will be,
There will be.
but not for next weekend. So
John says you
still
should have
waiting on
reported it stolen.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Putting a winch on a Forerunner is needs some extra parts, so you can't just do it.
Yeah. So is he going to put it behind the bumper or do like one of those things where you cut half the body off the
Yeah.
front because it's ridiculous?
I think both. I think we're doing some cutting and something behind the bumper. There's like some middle section that you replace, and then it goes out the wings, and you cut some of the bumper off.
Right.
And yeah, there's a winch sitting in my garage that I threw my back out carrying off my porch.
Right on. I mean, not right on.
Too old.
Sorry you hurt your back.
Yeah, right on. Hey, way to go.
I'm saying all the wrong things right now, guys.
I think you need to put that scotch down, buddy.
It's been a long week, okay? I've been so busy. I spent the last 2 days over at Epic completely rebuilding.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, I didn't do the rebuild. Christian did it. But yeah, we ripped all the suspension out of my truck. Everything was basically destroyed. All the ends of the control arms were shot. They just jingle around. They're dead. The springs
the
were
Evo ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went in the trash. Sorry for all the people who were asking me if they could have them.
They're basically scrap metal.
They're scrap. They're rusted. They're shot. They're complete garbage. So they went in the garbage.
Did you guys paint the axles too?
Yeah.
Everything looks shiny under there. In
Photos. So before we did anything, we had Landon, who is a new guy over at Epic who does detailing. He completely detailed the truck, washed it with like a soap bath and everything, and cleaned it up real nice. And then we painted. We stripped all the suspension parts off, except right down to the axles. Painted the axles. What are you laughing at, Casey?
There's going to be people dumpster diving over at Epic now.
Go for it, man.
Black sheep beats.
You don't want that stuff. Trust me, it's trash.
People are crawling around in the dumpsters.
Trust me, it's done.
I'd throw out Jeep parts too.
Oh, shots fired!
So what is it? You throw Jeep parts out and you burn the Toyota parts?
Yeah. Well, as somebody said, I'm just disinfecting it from when Jeep people have ridden in it. He said Casey, but you've never actually ridden in my truck. Sean has, though.
Have I?
True, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. During that on the Invermere Trail when the road was flooded out, and I had to take you up to set up your camera and come back.
I have the worst memory. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I drove you up.
It was probably a really bumpy ride, and I just blocked it out.
Because I was.
Did you have your hand on the fire extinguisher the entire time?
I had my hand on the handles. I was just hoping it wouldn't spontaneously combust.
I appreciate your humor, Clint, that you can laugh at this situation 2.5 weeks later.
Oh, man. I was laughing at it shortly after, too. But really, what can you do about it? Nothing.
So we were discussing animals today at Epic, and it was suggested that you should maybe get a Phoenix on the side of your truck.
Do you know what the problem with that is? My cat's name is Phoenix, and I don't want to call my truck the same
Okay.
thing I call my cat.
Alternate option: get a cat on the side of your truck.
There you go.
I'm still partial to the shark with laser beams, so
I'd rather
it's still my
laser beams.
Still my choice. What were we talking about?
So back to your Jeep mods.
your Jeep.
Yeah, so we ripped everything out, all the suspension out. We painted the diffs and put in all new Terraflex stuff. Really, I was really impressed with how high quality all the Terraflex parts are. You can tell they put a lot of engineering and craftsmanship into it. It's all really nice stuff. And I'm going to have a video coming out on this on Monday, but I took it for a drive today after the new expansion with the Falcon 3.5 adapt shocks and everything. Wow. It's like a brand new truck. World. It feels so solid on the road. And the steering is all good because we put in the new HD tie rod from Terraflex, as well as their steering stabilizer, which has adjustable stiffness and all that. And wow, it's like driving a completely different vehicle. It's so good.
Did you go with the 4.5 again, or did you go with 6?
Yeah.
I know you talked about possibly going higher before.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We did the same height. It's 4.5 inch. So
Probably sits higher with the new springs anyways.
yeah,
don't
we gained about an inch and a half in the rear, or an inch and a quarter in the rear, and a little less in the front. But once I put my spare back in the back and the new bumper on the back that we're putting on, it'll probably balance out.
Level out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It drives good. I'm super stoked. I can't wait to go wheeling on it and see how it can do.
And jump it?
I've got a switch on the handle in the front. You can remotely adjust the firmness of the shocks.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
It's crazy. You can just, I'm on the road, I want firm. Okay. I'm on off-road, I want soft. And then there's an auto setting it'll adjust. I'm sorry if I'm incorrect about this, but I believe it will adjust. You can set it to adjust based on your speed or like certain other factors. It's got an app you can log in with Bluetooth, and you can set the parameters for how you want it to adjust your shocks based on certain things. It's super cool. So I haven't had a chance to test it. I literally just got back from the shop like an hour ago. So
Yeah. That's one thing I have yet to buy for my truck is new shocks, because the fronts are definitely scorched, so I don't trust them anymore.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know what I want to replace the Bilsteins with. Maybe another set of 5100s or something.
My Fox shocks were pretty soft when I tested them after pulling them out. One of them is shot. It makes like a hissing sound, which apparently means that the fluid is bypassing the valve.
Yeah.
I think I said that right. So one of them was completely shot. The rest were pretty soft. So basically everything that came out of that truck was toast.
Well, you have a lot of weight on your suspension with your camping setup, and it always lives in the Jeep, right?
Yeah.
Pretty well.
After this
out every week.
After this last run that we did, Casey, you and me and Paul, I went out. It was like 120 something kilometers on really rough terrain, and I did it twice there and back in one weekend. And when I got back, I had death wobble every 10 feet or so. It was
really
like I barely made it to Epic the morning we were starting to rip all this stuff out, because every little bump, it was really intense death wobble.
So are you going to be redoing your suspension pretty much every year now, or do you go with higher quality stuff this time around?
The Terraflex stuff is definitely higher quality. It's also non-serviceable, non-greasable. So the Evo control arms have greasable Johnny joints on the end, and you have to drop the control arms to grease them. And or
practical.
You can do what I did for some of them and have the nipples pointing down, the grease nipples. But the problem with that is you shear them off and have to replace them all the time when you're rock crawling, right? So these ones don't have to be greased at all. They have a lifetime warranty. They're sealed, and so I don't anticipate having to replace it all again next year, but we'll see how it holds up, right? We'll test it out.
I guess that's it, eh?
Yeah. I'm super happy with it right now. The only things now that are greasable are the tie rod and the double cardan joint in my front drive shaft. Everything else doesn't need grease.
Yeah.
Which is great. And the reason I say that, for those who don't know, our environment here is really wet, and we go through a lot of mud and water, and that gets into anything that needs to be greased.
Yeah, it's not so much that we're lazy. Well, I mean, I'm kind of lazy, but it's the water and the mud and all the crap that we're always in that really gets in there, and you get the grit and the grime, and it starts to cause friction, and the joints start to come apart because they catch on each other.
And it's cold here in the winter, and salt from the roads is also really bad. That's why my springs are really rusty. There's a photo on Instagram at the Story Till Now. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. All the springs are super rusty, and that's from all the salt on the road. Christian mentioned that in the chat. Hi, Christian. How's it going? Also, we got a $5 super chat from Pierre-Luc. Pierre-Luc, I hope I said that right. He says, not a question, but continue your great work. Hello from Quebec City. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
The six runner appreciates it.
The six runner does appreciate it.
Yeah, I need to have a look at some of my stuff after that rip last weekend. That was a long, bumpy drive, and
A lot of potholes, and we were
yeah.
ripping. Like we
No,
were
I
going
gotta
60,
clunk.
70 kilometers an hour a lot of times on the
Yeah.
on the dirt roads because we were covering
There's
a lot of ground.
There's a couple new clunks in my suspension when I accelerate, so might need to tighten a few things up.
What a weekend, eh?
Yeah,
And I lost my drone.
Yeah, you want to tell that story? Or you want to wait till your video?
Oh, I can tell the story. I mean, it's everyone knows I lost the drone as I
That's true. It was
posted it.
posted all over Facebook.
Yeah, we were out camping at this frozen lake, and I got up in the morning. Beautiful morning. We had
awesome.
about maybe half an inch of fresh dusting of snow on all the trees, and it's frozen lake. So we decided to throw some drones up. We all had drones. There's like 3 or 4 drones going at the same time, and my drone took off, and I sent it out over the lake, and all of a sudden it just crashed into the lake. It flipped upside down and crashed.
Frozen lake.
On a frozen lake. So it was sitting on top of the frozen lake. The worst part about it was I could see exactly where it was. It was on the ice, and it was about 230 meters out on the lake. But the ice was maybe half a foot thick. And you could kind of kick it with your foot and dig a hole in it. It wasn't really
questionable to go
firm ice, so it just seemed like it wasn't worth risking walking out onto the lake to get the drone. So I left it.
That was a tough decision.
It was an unpleasant decision.
And you can't find it. It's gone. It's in the mountains. You know you're not.
If that lake had not been frozen and it just fell in the water and sank, I would have been like, oh well.
Should have rigged up one of those other 3 drones to.
We talked about it.
But knowing that it was right there, knowing that it was right there was hard to walk away from. We were sitting there thinking of plans. There were some sheets of plywood, and we were thinking about just kind of putting a piece of plywood and walking on it, then another piece of plywood. Yeah, spreading the weight out.
Yeah.
We thought if we had a raft or something, or we had a bigger drone like a Phantom or an Inspire, we could have hooked it and picked it up and carried it back. And at the end of the day, we didn't have the tools to recover it that day.
Nice.
But
well, I did go back the next day on a recovery mission. So
I missed your premiere.
I'm gonna leave the results of that recovery mission mysterious because there'll be a video on it. So if you guys want to see if we got the drone back, stay tuned.
We need to, like Eli says, we need to start bringing the RC cars with us. I never bring mine in. I haven't even used mine.
Mine lives right there.
Yeah, mine is a fixture in my garage.
Yeah, I don't have an RC car, but that would have. I feel like the RC car. How would we have hooked onto a drone with that? It would have been really difficult.
I don't know.
The winch.
I think I would have just drove up behind it and pushed it back to the shore.
I used to have a winch on that RC car.
Have either of you guys? Well, Clint, you don't have a drone, do you?
I have a Phantom 3, but it's garbage.
Okay, Casey, and you've never lost a drone, right?
Man, I've hit a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you've almost crashed. You know, we almost lost 2 more drones that same trip. One, Casey was flying his drone on a beach, and I'm like, hey, you're about to hit that tree. And he's like, what? Stops his drone. And then another one, my new camera guy, Rob, was flying his drone, and he almost flew his drone into a tree. I was like, hey, you're going to hit a tree. 2 times I saved drones from hitting trees.
Yeah, I saw his hit a tree. Like, it actually... The
Paul says he lost a drone.
Yeah. In the snow day video a couple weeks ago when I was filming at Dustin's place while I was doing donuts and flying the drone, I flew into a power line. And it just bounced right off and kept going.
And the last trip we were on, you flew right through a tree.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Completely missed all the branches, just went right through a hole in this tree. And it was the only tree anywhere in the entire area, and somehow Casey managed to fly a drone into it.
Pretty epic. Yeah, it's
You're going to lose a drone. I have a feeling, considering every single time you fly it, you almost crash.
I've hit a tree once, but that's because my drone decided it wanted to keep going forward. It wouldn't. I lost all control of it, and it just freaking took off and it right into the only tree around. That was fun.
By the way, guys,
You know what I think it is a little bit is the Mini 2 is substantially faster than the Mini 1, and its braking distance is quite a lot of space, and so it keeps flying, and I don't realize how fast it's going sometimes.
yeah.
And oh yeah, John pointed out I borrowed a drone once and I crashed it.
Did you borrow it from John?
No.
We got another super chat, guys. It's from the basketball 21. I don't know if that's how you say it. The basketball. Thank you guys for the amazing content from Houston, Texas. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
To the 6 runner.
Cheers to the 6 runner. It will happen. Christian
absolutely.
says he rode off a Mavic Pro in Moab.
Ouch. That's
That does
expensive.
suck.
I thought you weren't supposed to be flying drones in Moab because it's a national park.
Shut up.
Not all of it is.
Nobody needs to know that.
There is areas you can fly, but a lot of it you can't.
Is that because of it's a lot of it's a national park? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
a lot of it's a national park. Yeah.
I
Not
flew
all
my
trails
drone
are
in
national
Grand
park.
Canyon National Park. I just didn't care.
You know what this is slightly off topic, but I saw a couple posts and articles and people talking about filming it all in national parks for commercial use and classifying YouTube videos as
American
commercial
national
use.
parks?
Yeah,
Parks?
sorry, American national parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't fly your drone in a Canadian national park. That's for sure. But
I have.
Yeah,
I've
some people
flown.
have been ushered out of parks filming and vlogging and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the reasoning is they don't want people to feel you're supposed to be out there enjoying the nature
Yeah.
and they don't want drones buzzing around and all that.
Well,
But
not even drones, but just filming it all.
I flew my drone all through the Canadian Rockies when I went through Banff and all that. But that was kind of when drones were new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, I don't think it was really as big of a deal then. Like I hiked with an
Definitely.
Inspire 1 in a backpack, which is huge.
Yeah.
Hiking around with this huge drone sticking out of my backpack. I hiked for like a whole day into this glacier valley just for drone shots. It was great. Good fun. I almost died. I'm not much of a hiker.
They're pretty updated on their drone regulations now in
Regulations,
national
yeah.
parks, though. It's
Well, I don't
super
really
big
feel like
one.
I'm going to be doing much wheeling in a national park anyway. So
what
All
do you mean?
good.
That'd be awesome.
the places we go are all public land, basically.
Yeah, and they're just as good as national parks.
Yeah.
A lot of them. So
Eli says 400-foot selfie stick is how we got that shot.
I was thinking, what if we just attach fishing line to the drone? Doesn't that make it a land craft then?
Or kite.
Yeah, right.
Are kites allowed in national parks? Could we put a GoPro on a kite?
I suppose. I'm just reading some of the chat with respect to the laws in the States. It was actually a couple different YouTube channels have been kicked out of national parks for filming commercially now. So if you go look them up, there's a couple instances of YouTube channels being asked to leave.
That's fine.
But whatever.
Whatever.
Doesn't affect us. We can't go to the States anyways.
Can't even go to the States yet.
Yet.
Just
Yeah.
wait until we get down there. It's going to be crazy.
A GoPro rocket on a fire.
Yeah, as much as I
Rocket
love it
fireworks.
up
Good
here,
plan.
and this year's been awesome, but I think a little bit of variety, some
Yeah.
warmer weather would be nice.
Man,
And-
if I'm telling you, if the border had not been closed, I would have gotten so fed up with the weather up here. I would have been long gone by now for the winter, and I'd be coming back, in June or something.
But we've pushed through pretty.
We got a
good
lot
this
going
winter.
on up here too, though. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like it's terrible
I think I think next year though, definitely spending more time south in the winter.
for sure.
This year, 2 winters in a row, trying to push content up here has been a challenge.
Yeah, we kind of get trapped in the valley that we're in here. Well, for me, I'm in a bit of a valley. We're all in different places, but Casey gets trapped on the island. Clint, you've got tons of snow out there, so we're kind of for the winter. I mean, if you watch all my videos, you've probably noticed that the content changes in the winter. We've done a lot more camping, and
we go to a lot more of the same places more often. It's just because there's not a whole lot of places to go, and we're just still trying to.
I think winter's good
right?
for like tearing your Jeep apart and fixing it.
Yeah,
and
winter is definitely build season, especially right now while the snow is absolute trash.
Yeah,
We've just had a terrible snow year here, anyways. Like, there's not much places to even go snow wheeling right now.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a good thing your truck burned down.
yeah. Not really, but sure.
Give you some content, right?
It's definitely giving me some content. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this that trip we did last weekend though. Episode 100 is going to be a good one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it. I just finished the rough edit, and it's
really
it's good.
Nice.
In my opinion. I might be biased since it's my content, but
I have 2.5 hours of footage apparently.
I had over 400 gigabytes of footage from that trip.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
I've spent 3 days so far editing it. And I'm excited about it. It's going to be good. If you guys are just joining us or you haven't been here since the beginning, we are moving Flex Friday Live to its own YouTube channel. We're spinning it off into its own channel. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment in the chat. Make sure you go subscribe so that you don't miss the next show. We want to have, as many people as possible join us, of course. Mm-hmm. We usually have... around 100 or so people hang out with us in the chat here. So
just chilling. Make sure to turn the notifications on. As much as we try to stick to a regular schedule, it'll always be Thursday nights. We're not here every week. So
we did do one Monday.
We did do one Monday, yeah.
And we did, yeah. So make sure you do. Please turn the notifications.
We kind of do these as we have the time for. We would like to do them every Thursday, but some weeks we're getting ready for trips where we're heading out on Friday. And we just have too much stuff going on, so we can't get it done. But it will continue to be on Thursdays as much as possible.
Paul summed up episode 100 pretty good there.
Drone crashes, winching downhill, some crazy stew that took too long to cook, good scotch, big band fire, naked hill people?
Well, what's that last one?
What?
Yeah.
Naked hill people? I don't remember that. Did we
didn't take that turn?
That was weird.
I guess Paul went on an adventure after we went to bed.
He might have, I thought I spilled the last of the bottle of scotch, but Paul might have drank it and gone on a solo adventure.
I woke up in the morning I could just hear rustling and kind of crunching around in the campsite. And I still thought it was the middle of the night because that rooftop tent is dark, like it's pitch black inside it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on out there? And so I grabbed my camera, obviously, because if something's going on, I want my camera. And I look out, and Paul's already up, breaking down camp, ready to go. Like, we're still in bed.
He woke me up, but I continued to lay there for a while and try to fall back asleep until I failed at that and got up and crashed my drone.
I slept with the window wide open by accident. The window on the side where the hard shell opens up to, there's a complete panel that you can pull down. And when I went to bed, it was pitch black. I didn't realize it was folded down. So the entire side of the roof, well, not the entire side, but a huge chunk of the side of the rooftop tent was wide open to the outside all night long. Nice. So I imagine it would have been a little warmer if that was closed.
Yeah. So we were, what were we going to talk about? Oh yeah, the 392 pricing came out, right?
Yeah. Have you had a look at that?
I haven't. How much is it?
It's around 75,000 US.
I'll take two.
Yeah, right.
So it's kind of in line with the TRX, right? Similar.
Yeah, it's basically priced right at about the same.
I've seen TRXs going for 150,000 Canadian.
Yeah, is that the one at White Rock?
Nuts.
I'm not sure, but I've seen them going that high, which I'm not sure if that's just markup or if that's
got to be a lot of markup.
That can't be MSRP, right?
Well, 75 would be like 110, maybe. I think in that neighborhood. So
yeah, so that's there's probably some wiggle room in that price.
Yeah, but I think the 392 is probably going to hold a little bit more value than the TRX. I feel like the TRX is going to be 30,000, 40,000 lost in the first 2 years.
Christian says MSRP for the TRX is 129K. So That's probably, you know,
Yeah.
I don't. Who knows how many years they're going to make the 392 Wrangler for, because they're phasing out V8 engines, right?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like as long as it prints them money, we'll see more of them. That's my gut.
I'm back to kind of wanting a 392. I don't know.
I think I want the 4xe.
Really?
I think if they put the 4xe in a Gladiator, I would be real interested.
I think Epic's going to be doing a build on the 4xe, so we'll have a chance to see how that works out and test drive it and everything.
Was the 4xe a hybrid or is it full electric?
It's hybrid.
It's
Hybrid.
okay. Because
Yeah,
the
so-
long trips would be super impractical with full electric.
It's-
Like the all
It
weekend.
would have to have gas backup. It's the only way it
Yeah.
makes sense.
And then
Yeah, at this point.
as soon as you throw big tires on it, like I just can't see it being very efficient.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna test it.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna put 37s on it, I think, and see how much gas mileage it gets or something.
If it's a hybrid, I'm sure it'll be great.
Sounds like a fuel economy challenge to me. Everybody loves fuel economy.
My wife says she wants a Bronco in the chat.
The guys at Ford won't stop calling me. Now their managers calling me because I won't call them back.
I bet they're getting
Reservation.
so many cancellations for Broncos because of the delay.
I know, right? So
Yeah.
I think like I am definitely interested in the Broncos. Someone posted a video on YouTube this week actually with one of their test drive events in the sand, in the desert, and some rocks and stuff. And it's pretty impressive and pretty interesting right out of the box.
Cool.
But the thing is that I see is like, I don't get why I'd want to pre-order one. You know, it's a Ford.
Yeah.
It's going to be everywhere. It's not exclusive. It's not a Ford GT. There's going to be 1,000 of them at the dealership. So I'd like to see one in person, drive it, and I also want to see if the rumors of a special edition coming out will be true, because I'd much rather buy a special edition than a standard.
Sure.
regular.
Well, I mean, I think the Warthog is the worst kept secret, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely probably coming, but who knows when it's coming now, since the regular Bronco's been delayed until next year. So
Is it
are we looking
into
at
next-
2023
Yeah.
for a Warthog edition? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Christian just loves Fords there. Thousands of them at the dealership getting fixed. Listen, I'm still waiting for my Jeep to get fixed at the dealership.
I'm on the same boat as you, Casey. I was thinking, if when they have them on the lot, if I go down to the lot and they have one, and maybe I just take one off the lot. But I'm not going to pre-order one not knowing when they're coming and not really knowing if I want one.
When you go down to the lot and they have 30 of them, you're not going to have to pay MSRP for one either. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I have a suspicion that they're not going to be as popular as Ford thinks they are. So we'll see.
I don't think so either.
I think it's going to be a hard win to get the Jeep crowd over. And we'll see.
We shall see.
I think they're cool, but I don't know.
So sorry, you said it was 75,000 USD?
Yeah, so if Christian's saying that 129 is MSRP.
I think that's TRX. So
Yeah.
75,000 USD in current Canadian dollars is 94,965. So basically 95,000. So, and then who knows if that'll translate to being the actual price, or
Yeah,
if they'll increase it because of international whatever.
Well, when we were doing the whole EcoDiesel price comparisons, we actually paid quite a bit less in Canada for a Jeep than they do in the States. So I don't know what it is, but the way the pricing was, that I think a EcoDiesel up here was about $5,000 less than you'd pay in the United States
Really?
with direct conversion. Yeah. So maybe it'll be like 85 grand, 90 grand, and that's moderately equipped.
That would
So
be more reasonable.
it's still getting up there, man. I only
Yeah.
paid 62 grand for my EcoDiesel, so
Yeah, I think I paid 65.
that's a half a
for
Jeep
my
more.
I'm not sure if I paid 65 or 75 for my Gladiator. I don't know.
Yeah.
After
I paid-
tax, it was 80 something.
I
So
paid 4.
I just paid almost that up for the roof rack.
yes.
It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we'll see, but I don't know. The 392, I think it's going to be like a city Jeep, very niche pick for
I don't know.
people.
I want to drive one. I have a feeling
Absolutely.
like if it's as fun as the TRX is, which it will be, I just feel like it'd be so much fun to have one with 37s and just,
We'll break stuff.
But at the same time, it would be, I don't know that I'd want to trash one. Like, I feel like the 392 is going to be a collector's item Jeep in the future.
That's what I'm saying.
That you'd want to
right?
keep it kind of mint, But then if you can't really wheel it in our environment where it's all scratchy and you break stuff, then is there any point to having one? I don't know. Whatever. I just wanted to mention real quick that we did get a super chat that I missed from Thomas Anderson. He says he chatted with Christian at Epic Adventure Outfitters, and he helped me decide to go with the Gladiator over the 4Runner. Good choice, sir. Though he's curious how Chef John will do with his 4Runner. And
you'll see.
He also said gas/diesel Gladiator ? I'm not sure what that question is, but thanks for the super chat. Yeah. If you want to see more of that 4Runner, Casey's channel probably.
Yeah, we'll do another feature on it. A feature on it when we pick it up next week. But anyways, where I was going was that's why I think the 4xe is attractive, because it's going to be super torquey, really good fuel economy, and the pricing is less than an EcoDiesel.
Is it?
I think the EcoDiesel is the best motor right now, but the emission stuff on it is definitely a challenge long term, I think. And if you're not able to delete that, I don't think it's going to be a 200,000 kilometer motor without some serious repairs.
I've heard a lot of issues with the EcoDiesel motor, and I think it remains to be seen how reliable that motor is going to be. I'm curious how it will pan out.
It's all the emissions crap, right? And that's what screws them up, is that they're blowing exhaust gases and soot back into the intake, essentially.
So you're saying we need to cut all this stuff off the bottom of your diesel?
Yeah, apparently someone was sending me a link in the comments of my last video where I was talking about the check engine light, that there's a CanadianEcoDiesel.com or something like that, where they don't have a delete yet, but they're working on it, and they have a tune, the first stage tune. But the thing is, in the States, you can't delete them. So
right, because they still have emissions testing or something, right?
Yeah, well, people
like air care that we used to have.
Well, people were still deleting trucks, but now I forget whatever there's a national regulatory body, I forget what it is in the States, that's cracked down completely on people. And especially if you're on YouTube, there's numerous people with big diesel trucks who've had them come after them making videos.
Brutal, man. Come on, leave us alone. We're just trying to make videos over here. Teddy's in the chat. He said he has a Ram EcoDiesel and it's not reliable. He hit a speed bump and a bunch of things fell off, and it's a bit more reliable since then.
Was it the entire emission system? Yeah. The unfortunate side, or challenging side, is that the 2020 EcoDiesel is redesigned, so it's completely different from previous generation EcoDiesel. And so we're still waiting on.
So it's also untested
but fully redesigned.
Yeah.
But what I was getting to is that the tuners still haven't, come out with a full delete kit. And I've had a couple reach out to me, and honestly, I just don't want to put my Jeep in a position of possible unreliability or send it off
or
somewhere
void your warranty too, right?
Well, a little less worried about that, but I can't be without my Jeep for a month, right? Like, I need it to make videos. So I need somebody to do it in a weekend and be done, and then I'll make a video about it and show everybody the difference. But until then, we'll see.
Clint's over here like, I don't have to worry about any of this on my Toyota pickup.
No, not really. I plan on going like 3-inch exhaust off my V8 and just rolling with it.
That would be wicked. Now, do people put diesels in the Toyota trucks?
Yeah, they put like the
Volkswagens, don't they?
Cummins, they do TDIs, they do Ford BTs. There's quite a few of them, and I know a couple people who've done them.
Did you think about that at all, or you just want to run a V8?
So I kind of want to put a TDI in my wife's 4Runner.
Mostly because it's something I haven't really touched before. Like I haven't done anything diesel ever, and it would be good variety.
Diesel 6-runner
on my channel. That's a possibility too.
I like that idea.
I haven't actually done anything diesel whatsoever, so I kind of want to just for the challenge.
With
kind of
stacks?
like how I wanted to put the V8
we need stacks on the 6-runner.
Okay, where do you put stacks through on a 4-runner though?
I don't know. Out of the hood. Out of the hood, man. Dual stacks coming out of the hood. There you go.
That doesn't sound street legal.
The 6-runner's got to be completely ridiculous. So
it does.
Wait, the
I'm just throwing ideas out
legal?
there.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Come on, guys in the chat, let me know. What do you think? Stacks on the 6-runner? Yes? No?
I need a trailer. And the truck to tow it. But you're right, that would be freaking
There's
rad.
no bad ideas here. It's a 6-runner.
Yeah.
Too funny.
It was a bad idea to start with, right? So
people keep saying we need to off-road the Corvette. I've said if we hit 1 million subscribers, we'll take it off-road if I still have it.
I thought you said 100,000.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I heard 100,000.
I heard 100,000.
That is a steep price tag at 100,000. Let me tell you.
1 million subs, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. But,
Well, last show I was offering up Toyota tattoos for much less.
Yeah, well, I think you had a few drinks in you, so it was a long live stream, right?
That was a big long stream, yeah. It was a good one. And we were willing to go that
we buy Casey
that
subs?
length
Good
to
plan.
get Clint's truck
Get out of
done.
here, Christian.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, it'd be like Damon's World Rally Lamborghini video, right? Where we go hit a bunch of logging roads and drift it around for an afternoon.
Jump it.
About as far as we'd get. I don't think we'd get
You
too
can't
far.
just go on logging roads. You need to go wheeling.
I guess
Yeah.
we could just get a whole
Ruin
bunch
the
of,
undercarriage.
Rubicon
we could whistle
Trail.
and diesel it, get a
Yeah,
whole
that's-
pile of wheel spacers.
Rubicon
and then-
Trail
You have 1 million
in the
subs
Corvette
here.
on 40s. Right? 1 million subs.
Yeah,
Rubicon
yeah.
Trail, 40s, Corvette.
The Rubicon. We'd have to put a subframe on with some suspension.
Whatever. We'll just swap the body to a monster truck. Whatever
Try it-
needs to be done.
try
And 1 million
it stock
subs, it doesn't really
first.
matter. You
Buy
can
a
do
donor
whatever.
Corvette.
You can do whatever you want. If you got 1 million subs, you'll be swimming in cash. You can just do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Fair
Like
enough.
Whistling Diesel.
Like with slow diesel.
We'll put
get a
those
donor
spiky
vet.
wheels on it like he'd put on stuff.
Speaking of off-roading, some crazy stuff. A big supercar channel I saw is getting into off-roading with a 4x4 squared. I don't know if you guys follow TJ Hunt.
Nope.
What's
But
a
he just-
4x4 squared?
You know what a 4x4 squared is? It's Mercedes G-Wagon on steroids.
Okay.
They're like 200K. And he just bought one, and he's going to start making overland videos with it.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was pretty interesting.
Okay,
I think
man.
it would be sick.
Have fun.
He's gonna put a rooftop tent on it, everything.
Cool.
I don't know how
Cool.
far he'll get, but I would
Sean's
do that.
impressed.
I
You
don't
wouldn't do
know.
that?
That doesn't interest me that much.
No.
Like a
What
vehicle.
part of it?
A vehicle that expensive
The
seems just kinda,
$200,000.
like it's
only
not
two
gonna.
Gladiators.
It's so expensive, and that vehicle's not gonna be that capable, right? Like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna drive like on a flat road somewhere
Probably.
and camp.
Logging roads.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
It's a different world down south, I guess. In California,
don't
there's
know.
less crazy stuff like we have. Or,
Do your
I don't know.
thing.
It was interesting.
We'll do our thing. There was
was
a
thinking
there was
more
a
it
great
would
comment here. I just wanted to address from Jason Prince. He says, "What are the odds of the three of you traveling the bush roads across Canada, ocean to ocean trip? Ponder the idea. Would be great content and a great adventure."
Good
Can-
odds.
is that even
I'd love to do
possible?
that.
Is
If
that
it is
a thing?
possible.
Can you go ocean to ocean without touching pavement? I think that would
You
probably
can't get on the island without touching pavement.
I feel like in the middle of Canada there would be very limited trails. It's very flat. You'd probably
Yeah, I
have
don't
to do highway most. I don't know if there's an actual route. Tell you what, if you can send me the route, we'll plan the trip and
Yeah.
see if
Can
we
we
can make it
get
happen.
through the Rockies without hitting the highway?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's that many routes. I know in the US I think you can go ocean to ocean.
Yeah, the what's that trail that Justin B. McBride was just running?
I don't even know who that is.
He's another Jeep off-road YouTube channel.
Sorry, Justin B. McBride.
The Pony Express, the Pony Express Trail.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
the full length of it, but it's quite.
I bet that would be a
long
lot
trail.
more interesting than going ocean to ocean in Canada.
Through the prairies.
Pretty sure the only road that goes ocean to ocean in Canada is the Trans-Canada Highway,
Canada.
which is paved.
We could just drive through people's farms for days on end.
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure
Through a
even
few
the Pony
provinces.
Express, you probably have to do some pavement, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wanted to look it up, but I don't think it's like a complicated trail. I think it's just
dirt.
able to get a far distance without.
Well,
hitting
that'd
the
still be
pavement.
fun. You know, we could drive across the U.S. and go down to Jeep Beach in Miami or something. I think that'd be a good trip.
Yeah,
if that ever
I'm
happens
so
again.
disappointed I missed out on that.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to Jeep Beach this year, but next year maybe.
I think next year looks optimistic. Well, we've got to take Maddie to Disney World, so I've
There you
still
go.
got a trip sitting in the hopper.
But are you going to fly or are you going to take your Jeep?
Well, I think that just really all depends on where we're at with YouTube and the state of things. But I
Because
think I would fly
I'm
the
all
girls
about
down.
doing a cross USA trip and coming back
Yeah.
up and coming across Canada and just taking 2 or 3 months and doing it. I don't care. I'll bring the family and whatever needs to
Yeah,
be done.
I wouldn't mind maybe taking a couple weeks and going straight down and then over, and then maybe ship the Jeep home or something like that. But
I want to drive back across Canada just because I
yeah.
think I haven't been anywhere else in Canada really outside of BC. So I think
I don't think I could be away that long.
well, yeah, but I mean you have a job and
Yeah.
stuff as well, right? So
Yeah, exactly. But
that's
I
understandable.
wouldn't mind driving down some sort of longer route to get there and have the Jeep at Jeep Beach and then fly the girls in for a week or so and then just ship the Jeep home and fly home or something.
There's lots of options. We'll figure it out. I don't think we're going to be doing much of that this year. I don't think we're going to
No.
be leaving Canada until winter at the earliest. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
we'll see how the rest of the year plays out.
I'd like to think I
Who
could
really
make it
knows
happen in
where
October,
we're going to
but-
be by the end of this year, right? This is the biggest question mark year of all time.
right.
It's
I'm
all
such
it's
a
all
planner.
looking optimistic, but it could all go to garbage
Yeah.
in, a day.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's stay optimistic.
Yeah. Should we take some questions from the chat?
Yeah, well,
That'd be a good plan.
I got a couple here. Actually, this is one topic we never really have talked about, and that's with
Impossible.
insurance. What do you do for insurance, and do they cover you when you're off the grid or off-roading? And I
Yes,
guess,
they do.
well, the answer is sort of.
The answer
It
is
depends.
it depends where you are, but most of the Forest Service roads here are considered roads. So if you do get into an accident, including if you roll your truck or whatever, it usually is covered by our insurance. I personally also carry an extra $20,000 in insurance for aftermarket accessories that are
Yeah.
permanently
So
attached to the vehicle.
My one experience trying to make an insurance claim with ICBC off-roading was not very good. And basically what it was explained to me was if it's not a public accessible area and a road, then they won't cover you. And I tried to put a claim in when I was down in the sand dunes when I broke my front axle. And I wasn't trying to be I wasn't trying to obfuscate anything. I was just like, this is what happens. Does insurance cover it? And they, basically that was explained to me that if it's not a publicly accessible road, and there are roads that are out there that aren't considered publicly accessible. So it really, there is some restrictions depending on where you
So
are.
the moral of this story is lie about where you
Yeah,
were.
if you flip your Jeep out in the bush, drag it out to a road and call a tow truck.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't take
shuts their
that.
mouth.
I wouldn't personally take that risk if something was damaged and I wasn't on at least a Forest Service road that's considered a road. I would. Never mind. I wouldn't lie.
I wouldn't make a claim at all. No.
I wouldn't lie. No, I wouldn't do that in case they're
I
watching.
mean, honestly, to be honest, I think there's just an inherent risk with off-roading, at least
Yeah.
around here. And if I screw my Jeep up, I'll just
Yeah.
have to eat it.
Yeah, if you're not covered, you're not covered, right? It's all part of the game that we play doing this. So
Yeah, I know there's different
expenses,
insurance options in the
we break
States.
stuff
I've
all the
read-
time.
Yeah, I've read down in the States, There's different insurance you can get. I've seen people that have rolled vehicles off-roading on trails, and they've had their insurance cover it. So I don't know. It's obviously going to vary significantly depending on where you live, but in BC, BC has a government-controlled insurance for your primary insurance. So there's some pretty high restrictions. But people are asking, what do you pay for insurance? You guys want to talk about how much you pay for insurance?
Not really.
$90 a month.
Why not? You pay a lot.
I guess it doesn't matter. I think my insurance for the year was $2,500 to $2,800 or something like that. I have a brand new truck, so it's not
commercially
cheap.
insure it.
I also I did commercially insure it, and I also have coverage. Like I said, an extra $20,000 in coverage for aftermarket accessories.
Yeah. So there's different here in BC. There's different insurances, and if we're using them for making videos, they should be commercially insured so that ICBC doesn't deny you.
Yeah, it's only like a couple of $100 a year extra, so I just did it just in case. I didn't want to have them hassle me if anything happened. So
yeah.
I mean, they're gonna figure it out. I've got stickers all over my truck that say the story till now. They'll find the channel and they'll figure out that it is.
Clint, you said what was yours? $75?
No, $90.
$90 a month.
That's basic plus fire and theft.
Yeah. How did that work out for you?
Well, it's not worth claiming insurance on that. No truck. It's not.
Yeah.
You're like, it would have been better if it's stolen.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because I could have claimed it for everything on the truck, I guess, but I don't know if I'd get all my mods back. I wouldn't. It's not worth claiming.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So that was mine. My Jeep, I think, is $90 a month. Jeeps they seem like, I don't know, for some reason it seemed expensive, but
well, you have a brand new Jeep, so the newer the vehicle is, the more it costs. I mean, our vehicles are worth close to $100,000, right? So your insurance is going to be expensive.
I think the Corvette though is quite a bit more. It's I think $1,800 a year, so a little bit more.
Well, that's a lot less than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what your driving record's like.
My driving record's perfect. How much is your insurance per year?
For the Jeep?
For the Jeep.
What's 90 times 12?
That seems so cheap.
Yeah.
It might be because you're on the island too. It's different depending on where you live.
So that's true. So that's something that's a good point. Island has
That's only $1,000 and $1,080 a year.
Yeah. The island has a much lower insurance premium.
That
John
is
just pointed that out. I forgot about that.
Less than half of my insurance.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You moved to the island.
Hell no.
Just register on the island.
I would rather pay the extra insurance and stay here.
Yeah, it's I pay $45 to ICBC and $45 to a private broker.
Okay, well you have private too, so you're saving money there. I'm full ICBC on mine. So
me too.
And then I also have the extra coverage, which is
we don't have much vehicle theft here, John pointing out, but
I had there's an extra coverage you can get for the first 2 years for a brand new vehicle where if you get into an accident, they'll cover the full cost of what it costs you to buy a new one. And I had that for the first year. I canceled it for the second year because it's $800 a year, and I didn't want to pay it. So,
yeah, I skipped out on that.
That would have made my insurance
$2,700 for his insurance,
$3,300 for the year if I had got that.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
It doesn't make sense. They tried to sell me something like that when I was doing it.
I guess it. Well, I mean, it's risk, right? Because our vehicles are, I mean, who knows what I would get if I got into an accident and my truck was totaled. I don't think I would get what the truck's worth. Maybe with my extra 20,000 coverage, it would be close.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised. When you...
The value of my truck's probably still fairly high.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've my limited experience with vehicles and people writing off vehicles, it's been not too bad getting insurance payouts. So...
How many vehicles have you written off, Casey?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I have not crashed a vehicle ever. Knock on wood.
Cool.
But there's a story there for a campfire one time.
All right. All right. Well, I think we're probably going to wrap it up here. It's been 1 hour. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. If you're just joining us or you missed earlier, we are spinning the show off into its own YouTube channel.
Yes.
There is a link to the new channel in the pinned comment in the chat as well as in the description. I'd appreciate it if you all went over and subscribed to the channel so that you will know when we do the next show and be there.
99 people currently watching, only 49 people subscribe to the new channel. So
so if you didn't go subscribe to it, you're going to be missing out. Go subscribe. And of course, we will share the link to the next episode on our channels just for everyone who's
follow us on Instagram. KC250. Follow me. You'll see stories when we're going live and stuff.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on all of the social things, and we will continue to post stuff and make content that hopefully
and there's
enjoy.
a lot of fun stories on there that, you know, like I post a lot of stories when we're out doing stuff, so there's a lot of content that doesn't make it to YouTube. If you
Casey's good with the stories. I just repost stories because I'm lazy.
I
repost everything.
If you want to have something posted on Sean's Instagram, just tag him.
Just tag
repost everything.
Most of the time, as long as it's not garbage. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We will see you on the next Flex Friday, and we'll see you. Casey, when's your next video?
Saturday morning.
Clint?
Tomorrow,
and I'll have a video on Monday. Make sure you guys check those out. Thanks for joining us. It's been a good show. I will see you later. Bye.